Hello Stampers, this is Bee with queenbeescraps.blogspot.com. I'm going to show you the basics on how to make a pop-out panel card. Now these three pieces are what I used to make the first card, which is this one, and I put a belly band on it, and as you can see it pops out, the panel pops out. So pieces are 11 by 4 1/4, and this was a full 8.5 by 11 sheet and cut down to this, and then this is another piece that is 2.5 by 11. I no longer make it using these pieces, so I'm going to eliminate this piece and this piece. Now the reason why is because if you didn't fold this exactly correct so that it would look like that, and you can see mine is a little bit off right here, it would not pop out correctly. So I saw a video by Colette, and her last name is Mitrega, and she uses a 3.5 by 8 and a 3.5 by 10 piece along with the 4 1/4 by 11. So it's much easier to make the card using these pieces. And the reason why is because this piece here is smaller and much easier to fold. Okay, so what you will need is 2 pieces of cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and go through the cutting and scoring process, okay? So first of all, get my cutter over here, and I have Early Espresso, and I have 2 pieces. The first one we're going to cut at 4 1/4, right down the middle. And then one piece, we're going to score that one at 5.5. Now that would be our base piece, okay? This piece here, we're going to cut it at 3.5. And then we're going to cut it at 10. Sorry about that. Yeah, let me do that. Now this would be your scrap pieces. And what we're going to do is on the 3.5 by 10 inch piece, we're going to score this at 2.5. And I like to do my scoring like this. I'm going to score it at 2.5. And then I'm going to score it at 7.5. I'm going to flip this over and then score it at 5. And the reason is because you're going to have a mountain and then 2 valley folds, okay? So this would be the mountain fold, and then this would be a valley fold and a valley fold, okay? So you will have what looks like a W, and that's how it's going to look inside the card. So you can put that piece aside. And then the third piece you will need, you're going to have to use your other piece of cardstock, will be the 3.5 by 8. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 3.5 inches first. And then that's an extra piece. And then I'm going to cut this at 8. And that's an extra piece. Now this one is the mechanism that makes the card pop out. So we're going to score this at 1 3/4 inch down the middle with a 3.5 inch edge at the top. Okay, so you're basically scoring this right in the middle of that cardstock. Okay, then you're going to turn it so that the 8 inch edge is at the top, And before we score, we're going to mark this at 2 1/4. So you're going to put that 2 1/4, and you're going to use just a pencil to mark the top and the bottom. You're going to move it down to 5 3/4 inches. And again, you're going to mark it at the top and the bottom. Now, this might be a little difficult to see on the early espresso, but we have a pencil mark at the top and the bottom at 2 1/4 and 5 3/4. Now we're going to score this. Now, because I scored this at 1 3/4 on this side, I'm going to flip this over. I guess I should have marked it there. Let me go ahead and mark it there. So 2 1/4. The reason why is because you have mountain folds and you have valley folds. So it makes a nicer crease when you fold it the way you score it. Okay, so now we have our 2 1/4 and 5 3/4 marks. So what we're going to do is we're going to create an X with the scores. So we're going to line up the 5 3/4 here to the 1 1/4 here at the bottom. So we're going to put those right on the score line and just score it. And then we're going to get our 2 1/4 from the top here. I'm going to get our 5 3/4 at the bottom there, right on the line. And we're going to score that. So now you should have what looks like an X with a line through it. Okay? So this is our valley fold, our mountain fold, I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and put this aside, get my bone folder. So that's my mountain fold. Okay, and then these are the valley folds. And we're just going to burnish these score lines with your bone folder. So now your card will automatically go like that, and it looks like either a house or an arrow, whichever you want it. And again, what I do is I burnish those score lines so they're nice and crisp. So now we have all of our pieces. So this is our base, this is the pop-out panel, and this is the mechanism that pops out the panel. Okay, now all you're going to do is to put this card together. The mechanism will go into the base right at the center, and I suggest just putting a little tick mark there with the pencil. And this is a 4 1/4, so we're going to put our center is going to be at 2 1/8. So that way we know that's where the point of the mechanism will go into the center of the base, right there. And you're going to put strong adhesive only on this top triangle area on both sides of this card. Okay? And once you get that on there, you're just going to close that, stick it on. You're going to turn it over, put adhesive here, stick that on. So then once that's on, it will be adhered in those triangles on your card, like that. And then you're going to mount this on. I guess I should show you. So I'm going to use a tape runner just to show you. Oh, it's not right. Okay, so we're going to do it like that. And you want to make sure that not only is it centered there, but that the whole panel is centered on here. Okay, close that, turn it over, open it up, And I'm just using the tape runner for the video purposes, but you want to use like strong Tombow or orange tape. Okay, so see how that opens up now? Just like that. So now we're going to get our pop-out panel piece, and you want it to be in the W. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to put this at the center, in the center. Right here's your center, lining up the tops and the bottoms. Again, you're going to get your pencil. You're going to mark like a little box right here, and you're going to put an X in that box. And you're going to flip this over, again on the center with the top and the bottom flush. This time you're going to make your little square down here on the bottom. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to open this. Let's see, how did I do this before? This always gets me. Okay. Oh yes. This is why I use a ruler, so that way I know I'm centered. So I know I'm centered here. Okay. So you're going to open this up. You're going to make sure it's centered. Your center line is in the center of this whole base card. Your tops and bottoms are flush. You're going to close that. You're going to put adhesive here. And then you're going to open that. Oops. Now see, I wasn't flush. So you want to make sure you're flush with the top and bottom and centered. And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. Put adhesive. Open that up. Now, when you close your card, you're going to push these in just to train your card, the sides. And now you have your pop-out panel card. It is that easy to make. So I want to show you one more card that I made using Stampin' Up's Halloween stamp set. I forgot the name. And there you have it. So I hope you give this card a try. It is very easy to make. You need 2 whole pieces of cardstock. Well, actually 1.5. And then just 3 pieces, and you have your pop-out panel. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps you to create your pop-out panel card. Come visit me at queenbeescraps.blogspot.com. Thanks for watching.